Hello everyone, in today's video, this is the start of the new Watch Me Build series where I'm going to be building stuff for my clients and I'm going to be sharing it with you all. And today we're going to be building the source compiler and summarizer. So you basically need to pick a source, either YouTube, Twitter accounts. You can create a blog that posts every day, a newsletter that you like, and you can just choose multiple sources. And what this workflow is going to do is it's going to compile all the sources into one single document where it's all summarized and the not important information is filtered out, so that every day you have content ideas and you have content source, so you can just rephrase that content and upload it as your own, as your blog, as your newsletter, as your Twitter, as your Instagram post, as your YouTube channel, etc., etc. And I'm setting this up for a client. This is gonna be part one. This is not gonna go over the publishing side and the transforming the content to each of its platforms. Like, for example, you need different formats for Twitter than you need for Instagram. So I'm gonna go over that in part two of this section. But today we're gonna go over how to get the sources transformed from a normal blog to be checking that blog every single day, and then transforming all of that information into one single document. Okay, so I'm gonna go over that today. We're gonna be using make.com, Airtable, and an app I'm gonna show you, and the links for those are in the description if you want to support. And if you want a similar system to this one or any other automation system, really just book a call down below with me, one-on-one call, and we'll talk about it and we'll see what we can implement to your business. All right, let's go into the tutorial. But yeah, guys, this workflow basically works like this. Every time I run it, which is going to be set automatically to run 24 hours, every time I run this module, it's going to actually retrieve RSS feeds or items from my sources I chose. So in this case, from my blog, I chose on my RSS app, it's going to retrieve information. Let's click run to see what happens. Every single time I run this, it's going to actually select out of the 24 bundles that are right here. It's going to actually select the top 10 based on the prompts I chose in ChatGPT. And then it's going to research each of those 10 blogs. So separately, it's going to each research them, get all of the content, and then put it all together in a very nice and formatted way, as you can see right here. As you can see, it's running and it's already doing this. It's running, it's putting all the sources, and here's a quick summary of the the 2-paragraph summary I told ChatGPT to create of the blog. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys, what this part of the sourcing workflow does. And after this, it actually puts it all together into one single document, so that this document can be repurposed as for different platforms. So it will appear as to review, and then a team member is supposed to come here and click ready to distribute, and then distribute to all, and it will actually be distributed to text format, which is Twitter, blog, newsletter, and then it as a podcast and on YouTube. We're gonna go over how we distribute to all these platforms automatically, and even YouTube, how we create videos automatically with AI. And because this is like a news workflow, right? Every single day we're running this, and we're updating people with the top news from the best sources for my client, right? My client is in the Spanish niche, so we need to introduce this as well, and I show you in the video how to do this as well. So that's pretty much it. Let's jump into the tutorial. Hello everyone, so here we are on the computer. I actually realized I recorded the entire tutorial, but I didn't click to record, and it was like an hour long, but that's better because I have the workflow already and I committed a few mistakes I just fixed. So I'm just gonna go over everything again, okay? So basically, here's the workflow, the source scraping, summarizing, introduction workflow. What this workflow is gonna do is you can choose any type of source. A YouTube, let's say this is YouTube, let's say this is a Twitter account, let's say this is a blog, and let's say these are another blogs. You would just connect them through an RSS app, which is what I'm about to show you. It's called rss.app, and then yeah, the number one source of RSS feeds connect with information you care about. You just create an account right here, and then we go back. Okay, you RSS, you can connect your multiple sources. So we need to organize and parse and summarize each text. Then we need to create the new records for each on our Airtable database or Google Sheets. Then we need to just filter the info with AI, so we don't want any irrelevant or duplicate information. Then I forgot to mention, this is a Spanish version, but you cannot include this if you don't want this module of traduction to another language. You can exclude it as well. It's just because my client needs this information in another language, so that's why I'm traducing to Spanish. But yeah, then I will create one extensive document with all the summaries of all the important sources, and generate titles, and then go to distribution workflows, which distribution workflows is going to be in part 2. But that's basically just reformatting the information we get right here to fit each platform, and like it's our content basically. Okay, so right now what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a new scenario. I actually have this is my client's account, but I actually have the like I said, the make.com scenario already set up, but I'm gonna go over and create it all over again. So this is gonna be sources to content. Sources to content, something like that, right? Doesn't matter. But yeah, let's go to first. The first thing you need to do is you need to go up, and here you can actually add any actual RSS feed, right? So you just click new feed. It actually comes up with a basic trial, which you can add basically anything. If you want to scrape a YouTube channel, this is basically the URL, and you can scrape the YouTube video and then use AI to transcribe it, whatever. For this example, and I'm just using some crypto news, and you can put it all in a bundle so that you just get one link for all the sources, and you don't need to create multiple make.com scenarios, right? So just I'm just gonna create an RSS feed, so as an example. So let's say bbc.com, like this is an example of an RSS feed, and this is each content you'll get right here, Alex Jones, and yeah, this is basically the RSS feed. And if you get this link, you'll get basically all the new content that's coming out automatically without you having to go in and identifying what's new, what's not. And you could just get it via one link. It's super simple, and what makes this app super good is that you can store it in bundles, like I said. But yeah, once you're ready with your RSS feed, what you're gonna do is just select an RSS module right here, watch RSS feed items, and yeah, turn items. Basically you can select between these two, which is basically the same thing, but here you retrieve from a certain time frame you choose, and here is only the new ones. I prefer to just select the new ones, because if there's repetitive, we don't want to post the same thing twice, right? Anyways, we are filtering for that. So yeah, we'll just go to here to the bundles, and you're gonna copy this right here, copy, and just gonna paste it right there, right? And maximum number of return items, this is the maximum number of posts you want, or kind of assets you want to return. So I'm just gonna click 24, because that's the maximum over here on my bundle. So yeah, and from now on you can just click all RSS feeds, because we're gonna be testing this a lot. So yeah. And you can trigger this however much times you want. I'm just gonna, for this example, I'm just gonna put once every day, which that's what my clients want, once every day. So yeah, once every day, 7 a.m. Okay, cool. Just like that, we have our trigger set up, and right here we need to transform the information we get, because let's run it once to test it out. As you can see, we get this information in different modules right here, right? What we need to do right now is we need to turn the sources all into one so we can filter them with ChatGPT and only grab the important sources. But right here, as you can see, we don't have the actual blog content, right? We don't have any type of, we just have the blog title, the blog description, and the summary is just, this is not actual data, right? What we need to do right now is first we're gonna filter down, and this is not necessary, but for every type of source, if you want a source that you'll always want the information, and no matter what, you can skip this step. I'm just gonna add a filter for you guys that want to filter down information by certain categories by AI. Just think, like in this case, like my clients, I'm just gonna create text aggregator, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna copy this, and right here, as you can see, this is the same thing. Basically, title, and it's basically you selecting the RSS fields. You just select title. Or not in the RSS fields, but title, summary, description. We don't actually need a summary. Just need a title, date, and URL. And what this is gonna do is it's gonna separate the value, but it's gonna aggregate all the values so we get one into one text, and we can input that text as one into ChatGPT. Because if we don't do this, it's gonna if we select ChatGPT, it's just gonna input the first bundle, and we don't want that. We want to input all the bundles so that ChatGPT determines which bundles to choose from, and we want 10 in this case, so we were gonna tell ChatGPT to select from these bundles the 10 most relevant, right? Because we only want the most relevant. So yeah, we're just gonna select any model, and we're just gonna put row system, and then row user. I have here the instructions actually. So yeah, system is gonna be you're a professional media content. You filter important posts only and relevant. Okay, so we only want important posts, and we need to format it in a certain way, right? So we're gonna create another instructions as a system, and then the user, the user is gonna be the text, and just the text for your output from here from the text aggregator. So this is gonna be the text aggregator is gonna give you the whole bundles as a long text list instead of single bundles, right? Like I explained before. But yeah, here you will be giving more than 10 posts to filter. Just choose 10 of the most relevant. And yeah, you use JSON format to structure it like this, each post in different bundles. So yeah, just copy paste this example right here, because we want just the title, the URL, and that's it. If you want another variable, just do this, do spaces, and just put the other variable and close the bracket. Okay, but that's basically it. Then you click OK. Once you're ready, remember to put the role as user and the text right here, as you see right here. But yeah, just click OK, and what you're gonna do now is you're gonna test run this. Well, before we're gonna actually add a JSON parse, and JSON string is gonna be the result. Okay, so we're gonna run that test. Just run once, run anyway, and ignore warnings, and we're gonna test that, right? You can test it without the filter if you're not filtering it, but yeah. Oh, we got an error. What was the output? Kindly provide the remaining posts. Oh, because we didn't put all the posts. It just returned it with one. But we need to clarify that he doesn't need to respond with anything else. We just want the JSON format, but yeah, just choose where to start. We are going to be doing this every time we test it, so choose where to start and just run it again, and it should work now. Okay, but yeah. We just wait. So as you can see, it works, and now we have all the bundles, and we got the 10 bundles, right? We got the 26 bundles right here, and we asked ChatGPT to choose the most relevant out of those 24 bundles, and now we have those bundles in this format right here, right? In JSON. Okay, this is key because now we can do a lot with this data now that it's separate, like bundles. But yeah, after this, what we're gonna do is we're gonna just create multiple arrays. So you go to flow controls, go to the iterator, and for the array you need to add, I don't remember what to put, just the URL, right? Yeah, you just add the URL right here, and if you want you can add the title as well. It's not really necessary because we can get that later because we already did this right here. But yeah, just add the URL in the array, and what this is gonna do is it's gonna instead of everything running this once, after here it's gonna run each time for each bundle, right? So let's say here we have 10 bundles. It's gonna run this automation after this, one for each time, so it's gonna run 10 times basically after this, right? So what we want to do now is we want to actually get the contents out of the sources we have. For example, if you chose a YouTube channel, you probably got a URL right here, and you want to actually get the content out of the YouTube video. Just need to download the video and then transcribe the video with AI. In this case, since it's a blog, what we're gonna do is we're gonna open up HTTP and we're gonna make a request. This request, what it's gonna do, it's gonna basically extract all the information from the URL, which is the blog post URL basically. What this is gonna do is it's gonna allow us to recollect all the blog individually by separate, and then create a summary for each individual of these 10 blogs, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just insert the value right here. Not insert the value, we don't need insert the value right here, and then method you always want get. You mostly only use get and post, but in this case we're gonna use get, and then you just click no, and then like that. But as you can see, if you run this, let's select an example. Let's say we want this URL, right? If you extract data from this URL, what you're gonna get, okay, status code 200 is that it was successful. As you can see, you get a bunch of unuseful data, right? You get a lot of data, and this is very heavy. What you can do is filter with AI. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna first reduce the size of all of this data, right? Because this is not really useful, and this is just all the backend of the website, right? So what we can do right now, to reduce the weight of the file size, is we're gonna use a text parser. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna convert HTML to text, and yeah, the HTML is gonna be the data right here. And this is not gonna completely put it in the format we want, but it's gonna really help. Okay, let's just unlink this for a second and try the automation out. Let's just copy and paste this for now, so we can test this workflow first, and then we can just connect it later. Okay, so we're gonna test this out, and as you can see, the output of this is a much smaller. It's almost only the text that's really on the blog, right? So right here you can find the blog actual contents. So right here, of course there will be advertisements, stuff like that. But as you can see, here is a blog basic content, right? So what we can do now is we can actually summarize the text with AI, right? Because if you input AI, all this data into AI, it will be very inefficient and it will cost you a lot of fucking money. So what we're gonna do now that we have a smaller amount of data, is we're gonna just tell AI to, you know, keep just the relevant information just from this. Because right here you got text, you got a bunch of, you know, advertisements and stuff like that that's not really relevant to the blog. So that's what we're gonna do now. We're gonna basically tell AI to, you know, summarize what this text is saying and only keep the relevant information. So model, it depends on the efficiency what you want to do. I'll just choose 3.5 turbo just because I want it to be fast right now that I'm testing, but you should definitely use the GPT-4, sorry. But yeah, instructions, you can put whatever you want. But always in the system you got the instructions for the prompting. On systems, you are an expert. Like summarizer, you must create a 2 to 5 paragraph summary of the content the user provides. And right here, if you, like I said, you are, you know, getting your sources from the YouTube channel, I have another video on how to actually transform the YouTube to text. It's very, very simple. But yeah, you basically, any source you're getting, you have to have text out of that source, right? And after you have text out of that source, you just input it to ChatGPT and tell it to summarize that source, because you don't want a lot of information when you're you know, transforming it. Let's say you're creating a newsletter. You don't want like 4 pages of information. You want just the relevant information. That's why you created an efficient prompting system for summarizing. This is just an example again, like system, do not include summary links or text, will be source add just the relevant information. And now the user will provide the text, right? Max tokens, just keep it at the default. Just put 0. And yeah, now what we're gonna have here is a summarizer. I like to always name my shit, so summarize. So what this is gonna do is it's gonna summarize the contents from each of these blogs, and then we can store it, right? But first, let's just try how this automation works by itself. So yeah, let's just run it once again. And since it's 3.5, it's pretty fast, as you saw, and it might not be efficient, but yeah, it's pretty simple, right? Right here you got the two paragraph summary, and yeah, we can move on with the next step, basically. So what we need to do now is we need to go over to Airtable, which is our data storing platform, and it's super key, you know, to building interfaces and stuff for this kind of tools. So what we're gonna do is go to Airtable, you know, create a new table. I'm gonna show you exactly what kind of tables you need to create. I already created them because, like I said, I thought I was recording when I was doing this, but I wasn't. But I'm just gonna go over like what kind of tables you need to create. You need a table named sources, and to create a table, just click plus and, you know, start from scratch. Sources, name it sources. Then the next one you can name it documents, then blog, then newsletter, then Twitter, then podcast, and YouTube, and whatever platforms you wanted to distribute your content to. This is just an example to what we're gonna actually push it for my clients. But yeah, once you create your start from scratch tables, you need to, you know, create these actual, you know, fields I'm going to tell you. Okay, so the number 1 field is the source title. This will appear probably as named. You just change the name as source title. Then you need to create source content, which is going to be the summary we're going to be creating. We're just going to be inputting it here to Airtable. Source contents, and this has to be a long text, of course. Source URL, you also need to create a source URL, and edit field, just put a URL type of field, and date scraped. This is just gonna be, you know, default to current date when the date it was scraped. This just to track like a little bit more information in documents. We'll go over this later, okay? So for now, we just need these 4 fields. Yeah. After you created these 4 fields, we're gonna go back here and we're gonna just add an Airtable module, and we're gonna select create a record. Create a record, and you just connect your accounts, base, just select your base. And as for the tables, you just select sources. And what you're gonna do here is you're gonna actually, put the source URL, which is gonna be right here on the on 1 second. We first need to reconnect this because we're not getting the information from over here. So we're just gonna do this because we already tested it. It actually works. And remove this, put this, and we're cool. We connected everything together now. Okay, so we need to separate kind of this so we know this is a different process. So yeah. Okay, now we can actually, let's reconnect it because it didn't update with a new mapping. I think I need to just clone this because it's not updating. This is so painful. But yeah, just select your table again to update it. Oh, now we're getting it. Okay, source URL, you just select your URL, or you can select it from here. It doesn't really matter, it's the same thing. The source title, it's just a title. Source content, this will be the content we'll be putting in. The summary, it's like the summary, not the actual content, but we can't input the actual content because it's a bunch of random text. So we're just gonna put the content that the results, right? Date script, this is gonna be filled automatically as today, so we don't need to worry about that. Documents, like I said, I'll go over this later. It'll fill out later. But yeah, just select OK, and yeah, now we can actually test the whole thing out, right? So just click here. Like I said, this is where to start, and just select all RSS feed items. There will be probably about 24 items, and then we can just click run once. As you can see, run once, running once, and what this is gonna do is it's gonna, okay, it's running, and as you can see, it's creating multiple versions of the arrays. It's creating individual summaries for each of the bundles, and as you can see, it went from 1 as a whole bundle to almost 10. I think it's 10 bundles, right? Because we told it to create 10, the 10 most important. And as you can see right here on our table, it's creating all of the records with the summary and everything, right? So yeah, this is pretty fucking cool because we don't need to do anything. It just runs by itself. But yeah, after we get all of this data, we're not done yet because we need to pair all of this information together and compile it into one single document, which is going to be right here, the documents, and we need to traduce it and to another language as this specific for my clients, and we need to put all the things together to then actually right here is where your content managers are going to be looking at the content and choosing where to distribute it, whether to text or to audio, and it will be automatically distributed to all of these other platforms. But yeah, what we need to do now is we need to go back to make.com, and we're probably needing to put it all together with a text aggregator again. So what we're gonna do is you need to choose a source where you actually divided the things by 10. So I think we divided it, yeah, the output was 10 right here. Okay, so yeah, we need to choose JSON right here, and we need to choose a text as advanced settings. We actually want to click on advanced settings, and we want to separate by new row, right? So each bundle, you put it the title, URL, and short description, and then we can click and enter, and then we actually get the next bundle, right? Because right now all of these are separate, and if we put a module right here, we would run it 10 times instead of just running it once. So what we want now is to just run everything right here and pair it all together again, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually just select the data we want. So in this case, it's gonna be title, And this is just gonna be the same thing, right? So, title, we're gonna grab it from we're gonna grab everything from Airtable. Title, content, source contents. Just gonna click enter here and enter here, and just a URL as a reference. Just click there, and you roll. Okay, just click OK. And right now we should get all the information after this in one single bundle. Okay, so now that we get all the information in one single bundle, as you can see, I think I can't run this once, but let's run everything again. Well, let's first do the next module, which is traducing to another language. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna select ChatGPT-4. I'm gonna just tell it to introduce it to the next language. I'm just gonna click pause and do it by myself because I don't think you guys will do this. Okay, so I did it. Like I said, I don't think you guys find that value in introducing the text to Spanish. But yeah. And after this, we can actually test it now. I just wanted to test this part. It's already gonna do this. So yeah, let's just test it again. Just click is where to start, and you can just select the first RSS feed item, so you don't test a bunch of data, not the 24, and it's now gonna be about 5. So yeah, now that it's testing, we can actually go back to Airtable and we can set up the documents tab. Before that, as you can see, the text aggregator is working. We're waiting on the actual modules to work before we proceed with this, because it's aggregating all the text together. So yeah, what we're gonna do here is wait a little bit, and as you can see, it proceeds just with one output. The output is just a text, and as you can see, it's all paired together now. Here it was 7 and it was paired by bundles, and right now it's just a single line of text with all of the titles, all of the contents, and the URL is at the bottom right here, right? And it's super well structured if you do this what I told you. But yeah, it's basically everything. And now we get the output of the introduction in Spanish now. Perfect. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually put it back to Airtable, and we're gonna build that workflow right now. Okay, so yeah, as for the workflow in the document section, you want to have one document every single time you run this, right here. Every time you run this, and the sources you got have different documents that link to one single document, right? So for this, what you're gonna do is create the name, which is gonna be a formula which it's a document for the certain period of time. For June 14, and if you generate one, it's gonna be generated automatically. But yeah, the name, you can put whatever you want, and you can even put other formula. But here's a formula I use, to input the dates. Document for date, time, format, document creative. You can just copy this right here, okay? So yeah, and for this status, you just need to create a status single select to review, ready to distribute to all, and post it to all. For text format, distribute and distribute it, and distribute it for audio video. This is not really for this video, but this is for the next video, where we're gonna just click distribute, and it's gonna distribute to multiple platforms. Or we can just click here, ready to distribute, and the only thing that the content team needs to do is it's gonna appear just to review the new documents, and they just need to click distribute to all, and it's gonna actually be distributed automatically to all the platforms, right? With the specific format to all the platforms, which is the power of this. Spanish version, this is just in my case. Yeah, you need to include your content, which is going to be every single, everything that's right here. Your content is everything right here. And the sources, just click create, and you just need to create a link to another record, and click sources, and just click create field, and just click skip. That's how you create a linked record. So right now I can link, let's say, these 10 sources to one document, and that's what the power of this is, that we can see what the sources that are linked to this document. But as I said, we're gonna go over this kind of in the next section of this workflow and the distribution part. But yeah, once you have this set up in Airtable, what you're gonna do now is you're gonna actually go back to make.com and just add this, and add this as a CRM. Just gonna create a new record and just gonna add this to the all of this information we just got to the documents tab. Okay, right here select status, it's gonna be to review, because we want the team to review this at ASAP, as it goes every day. So the team, what they're gonna do is just read the content and verify it's all good, and then they will distribute it. Text format, I'm just gonna leave this blank for now. Spanish version, this is gonna be the result I got right here. Spanish content is gonna be the content we got from the tool sections right here, from the text aggregator, my bad. And sources, just leave that blank for now. And right here we finished the whole flow. We're just gonna try it one more time. We're just gonna delete everything we have right here and delete all the sources, just so we can try this again for one last time. And I'm gonna actually save the scenario. It's really finished. But yeah, let's go and click run once. And first we need to choose where to start. All RSS feed items, or just let's select the first right here. Click run once. It's actually scraping. As you can see, we get all the bundles. 11 bundles, and then after this we get the 11 bundles. And I'm just gonna click pause and see you when we're done. Okay, and as you saw, it actually works. Everything worked out perfectly. If we go back here, as you can see, we got our 10 sources. And if we go to documents, we got our document ready to review and ready to distribute to all platforms. As you can see, here's my Spanish version of the blogs, and here is the other version of the content, right? Of the summaries. But yeah, like I said, the quality of this truly depends on the sources you will use, number one, and the quality of your prompting on the ChatGPT. Right here in this workflow, like I said, the output wasn't really good because of the quality of my prompting, but I'm gonna be working on that. Just time, I had to do it quickly, right? Hey, thanks for watching the whole video. If you would like to implement some of these systems into your own business, remember the link to book a call with me 101 is on the description. You can go ahead and do that. If not, you can just grab the templates and do it by yourself. Like I said, templates are below in the description. If you want to see more content like this, I'll be uploading a bunch of more videos like this. Part 2 is coming, so stay up for that as well. And yeah, like, subscribe, whatever. I don't really care. Bye-bye, guys.